Kendrick Lamar just dropped a new album, guys, called GNX. And if you're somebody like me, who's not from the West Coast or knew anything about the West Coast culture enough to know the importance of a GNX, I definitely did my Googles. Because when that album dropped, I was like, what the hell is a GNX?
I had no clue.
Immediately,
Still don't know.
I just told you, it's a car. Actually, I didn't say it. Now I'm telling you that. It's a car. It's an old school Buick back in the day. It's on Kendrick's album cover. It sets a specific tone, doesn't it?
Yes.
And let's get to it, though, man. The album dropped. It surprised us all, in my opinion, because I don't think there was any pre-announcement. Was there? Did I miss something?
The day of.
The day of, right?
Really the pre-announcement.
Q, is this album amazing?
What?
Or does it suck? Like a lot of people online are saying. What you think, bro?
So,
Give me the real, too. Not the fake.
In tradition, I'm going to keep tradition, not answer your question.
I'm going to slap you
And
off camera.
I'll talk about how I got to the album. So I just randomly saw it, like you said. It just randomly came out like on Twitter or X. And, you know, they were, oh, Kendrick dropped. I literally thought it was a best of album. Not a best of, but Untitled.
Okay.
You know, because Untitled, you know, had original songs. I literally thought, okay, maybe he just dropped, especially because I saw The Heart Part 6. I don't think Kendrick has had a single The Heart on any of his, you know, other
actual
albums.
They're
always like a part of like either, you know, a loose group of things that he released or like just a random
pre-album. It was something to get people hyped,
So I saw
really,
the
for the new album.
I was like, okay, maybe this is just a combination of just a whole bunch of songs. But then I was seeing quotes that were relevant to today. So I was like, oh, like some of these songs are new. And then it turns out that majority of them are new. Just doesn't feel like it's a part of the family of albums for him. It's almost like, you know, with Kanye West. Kanye West obviously has Graduation, this, that. Then he has 808s and Heartbreak, which is just kind of like, I don't count that in Kanye's album, you know, collection.
808s?
Yeah, I don't really count that as a Kanye album collection album. You know what I mean? So
You're on your own with that.
You know, that's kind of how I feel about this one.
Okay.
But I would say it sounded like Kendrick was swinging for the fences when it came to trying to make a hit. Like a good chunk of these songs on the album are high-powered. You know, what people would perceive as fun hooks. You know, fun, catchy hooks. Kendrick's bouncing off the walls. He's rapping with a whole bunch of people I don't know. I'm talking about these are stick-up kids.
Yo.
Kind of reminds me of something I said on an LL Cool J review. It sounded like he had AI rappers. Those were like people that were just AI guys. But, you know, it's just a weird album, man. It's just a weird album. Like, I don't even know how to put it in words. I want you to, maybe I'll find the words after you explain how you feel about the album. This is a weird album to me.
Well, I'll say this.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, what you guys don't know?
I was going to say, I still don't believe it's a real.
We're going to get to that. Because I'm going to get to that after I give my thoughts. Because, yeah, you know, I battled, man, because I went back and forth. I'm still going back and forth on how I truly feel about the album, but I think I'm getting closer. I think I'm there. Basically, I'll say this. I'm at the point where I can conclude with speculation that the Drake-Kendrick battle altered the course of history for Kendrick Lamar. I'm there with it, guys.
Okay.
Now, why do I say this? Would I put my money on it that Kendrick knowingly before the battle said, I'm going to make a LA album? I don't know. I'm not sure if I'll go there. Or would I put my money on the fact that, not like us, the moment that it was, how it encapsulated culture, how he was able to capitalize on it, put his people on from LA, really get reestablished with his culture and his roots, and then just kind of double down on that on an ad-lib play. I'm more willing to take that bet. So my point is, I'm not sure if this is the album we probably would have got if he didn't battle Drake. That's just what I feel.
1,000%.
Now, with that being said, I like some of the music on the album. I do. You know, there's some joints. You know, Man at the Garden, I really, really love. I was listening to that on the way up here, bro.
Yeah, I like that song.
That song is powerful.
I'm gonna change my top 5.
It's powerful.
I'm gonna change my top 5 and probably put that in there.
Holy.
I actually really like
that. Is a
Man at the
powerful song.
Yeah.
The Heart Part 6. Him,
love Heart Part
bro,
6.
getting into the gratitude bag and just.
And he's
I love that
90s beat, man. That joint was fire.
Bro, it's crazy. But like, you know, obviously what he did with SZA, him and SZA's chemistry is amazing, bro. It's amazing. They've done it for years. All of the stars go to the Black Panther soundtrack. You know, they continue to do it. Yeah. Now, my problem with the album
Here we go.
is that I'm not sure if there are any real long-lasting songs. It almost makes me feel like the last album. Mr. Morale, like, I get it. It had some joints that went here and there, but I don't think there was any joints that really lasted for years. That's kind of how this album makes me feel. I don't know if this is gonna last. And also, I'm not loving, because, and this is a biased take, like we all are. I'm not a huge fan of the LA sound, bro. Like, this just, is it me? He Peekaboo. I like what he was doing. I'm not blasting that. Nah. Hey Now, I'm not blasting that. Me personally, the only one I can really get with was TV Off. I really actually like that song. I think it got potential. But yeah, man, it was a good album. Definitely not something I expected from Kendrick at all. Anyway, go. I want to hear your take.
Well, I was gonna say I got a lot to say. I mean, I got a lot to say, man. Like, first and foremost, like to piggyback off what you said about the album, I think there is, looking at this album, unequivocally, like non-arguable, about 4 songs are like non-arguably good to me.
Good or great?
Good.
Are there any great songs?
I don't think there's a great song on this album. I don't think there's a great song. I think about 4 are like not, like, I wouldn't argue with you if you said, so I'm going to go down the line. Right?
Please give it to me. Yeah.
I really, really like what he's saying in Whacked Out Murals.
Love that. Actually, I forgot about that. I forgot about that song.
I like what he's saying.
Me too.
But the song is okay to me. Okay.
Fair.
Right? Squabble Up, good energy. I don't think it's a good song. Great. I wouldn't. If somebody said they didn't like the song, I'll be like, okay, I get that.
You will understand it.
Luther, I didn't think it was executed right. Good vibes. I like
that
SZA.
song is missing something.
I
to
like
me.
SZA. Kendrick was not. I just didn't really love what Kendrick brought to the Luther. Man at the Garden, I think is a very good song. That's one that will grow. That's one
I would consider that a great
you
song.
can say that's a great.
I would actually consider that a great
good to
song.
Great. Hey Now, I did not like. I thought that was forgettable. Reincarnated was good, but I thought it could have been a little better.
For sure.
But I thought he rambled a little bit too much on it. Good song.
Not great, but yes.
TV Off, I think is good, but to me it just kind of felt like he was trying to do a
Not Like Us rendition.
2. Yeah. And you know, my best guess is a Super Bowl. Since he will not be able to perform Not Like Us, he's going to perform that. You know, Dodger Blue, missing something.
I actually like that song.
It's a good song, but it's.
I actually really like that song.
I wouldn't. If somebody said they didn't really care for it, I'd be like, I get it.
Fair enough.
Peekaboo, gimmicky. It's okay. You know, all right, cool. Heart Part 6, good, unequivocally good.
Okay.
GNX, I don't even remember what that sounds like.
Me neither.
Gloria, great, good song, good to great song. So it's about 4 or 5 that I was like, yo, this is Kendrick Lamar we're talking about. So my theory is this, just to kind of close out. My theory is, let's just be real.
Yeah.
The album was rushed, number 1. My best guess is that Apple Music, you know how they say Rockefeller is behind this. Apple Music is behind this album.
You mean Rock Nation?
Rock Nation.
Rockefeller.
Rock Nation. Apple Music is behind this. Apple Music said, yo, Kendrick Lamar, we need you to drop an album with a bunch of hits that you can perform at the Super Bowl, right? We need it to drop in November because by January or February when the Super Bowl is played, people will memorize these songs. So when you get up there, they're gonna know all the words already because it's been out for 4 months. If you would have did it like in January, it probably wouldn't soaked in as long because he can't. He's in a pickle. The biggest song of the year, he can't perform. You cannot perform Not Like Us on that stage.
Now hold on.
Right?
Now hold on. I actually think he will. I just think it'll be a very altered version of that song. Okay. It might just be the hook. It might just be the hook. Yeah.
They're not like us. They're not like us. Okay, fine.
But he's not gonna be able to really get into that song.
And he couldn't do his little conscious bag. He couldn't do his little profit bag, right?
No, can't.
So we need a album full of potential hits.
Fair.
And we'll just pick whichever one the fans like.
So let me ask you.
We'll pick. It's going to probably be TV off.
I was about to get to that. You know what I'm saying? So I was going to ask you. So you told me how you feel about every song. Mm-hmm. You told me how you think the album's rushed, or it felt like it was rushed. Mm-hmm. But what you did not tell me is what you told me before, which is this album feels like a throwaway album.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's the same thing as the rush part. Like,
I think as a throwaway, I think, the whole idea, at least my definition of throwaway, is you're trying to do an album to get out of a label, right?
Okay.
Get off a label. Lil Uzi Vert did it with EA2 allegedly. I think he did this album because Apple Music told him to quickly do an album. This is not the album he wanted to do, but he was just like, all right, if I'm going to perform at the Super Bowl, I need material to perform at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it's going to take me 3 years to conjure up all types of conscious music.
But here's the thing.
Let's just throw out this stuff. And then I guarantee you he's going to say, yeah, that was just a little something, something. He's going to come out and say it.
I think you're probably right. I wouldn't be mad if you're right.
Every one of his albums had a theme.
This one technically has a theme as well, if we're being honest.
What's the theme?
GNX. It's like the laid back. He gave you the glimpse of exactly what he was trying to do with the album. He told us in multiple songs. The Man at the Garden. He told us in the Reincarnated. He even referenced GNX in like multiple songs where he was saying, "I'm this that GNX. I'm flow. I'm feeling like I'm riding in the GNX." Like he tried something thematically. The problem is I don't believe this will stick. I just don't believe it.
The album?
Yeah, I don't think the album is gonna really do what a Kendrick album typically does.
Have we ever seen this before? Have we ever seen an artist drop an album, right? And essentially it's not really considered a part of their main catalog. The first person I can think of right now is Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z dropped that bizarre American what was it? Where he's
American Gangster.
American Gangster,
yeah.
Right? I don't really consider that a part of Jay-Z's catalog. It's just kind of weird, right? But it's an album. So people argue, oh, it was an album. To me,
that was a soundtrack.
It was a soundtrack, right?
Technically.
I think this is the soundtrack to the Super Bowl.
See, I don't buy that. See, I don't buy
to
that.
the Super Bowl.
I don't buy that.
That's what this is.
You know why I don't buy that?
I wouldn't consider it an album.
I don't buy that. You and anybody else who's saying you don't feel like this should be in his catalog, to me that sounds like cope. That's like somebody coping with the idea that this doesn't measure up to all the other stuff that he's put out. So you know what? Let's make excuses for why this album shouldn't be taken as seriously. No, I think this is a legit album. And even if he did have them contractual reasons why he maybe dropped it now or for the Super Bowl, bro, he capitalized on the LA energy that came with Not Like Us. And the reality is this. The Super Bowl, he's performing for 15 minutes. Bro, you know how much music he has that people want to hear?
But
that's not on this album?
We want something new.
We want something new. He's probably going to play one song off the new album, which is probably TV Off. And I don't want to hear nothing else on that damn stage. If I hear Reincarnated, I'm turning the damn TV off, bro. Bro, if I hear Hey Now, if I hear Peekaboo,
do you know how many people are going to be confused?
I'm going to get a drink. That's when I go to the bathroom.
Listen to the full episode. Link below.